Hello, everybody. Harvey Talks Prison here. I want to tell you a story about Joplin, a guy named Joplin that was from Joplin. He had Joplin Honky tattooed across his thing, and we ended up, me and another guy, wrapping him up in Saran wrap. So that's what this story is going to be about.
Got so much weight on my shoulders, enough to knock me out, but I'm still holding the throne. You never know till it's over.
Okay. When I first met him, it was right after I got to South Central Correctional Center. He was playing softball. He was in the outfield. The sun was shining on him, and he couldn't see the ball coming. And it came down and hit him right in the mouth, and knocked him out. And he had they brought these medical came with this little cart. It's like a medical cart. It looks more like a golf cart than anything, but it has a thing so they can lay him on there. They laid him on there. Somebody found one of these teeth and put it on his chest as they drove away. Well, as I got to know him, I got talking to him more. And, yeah, somebody told me, said, "Hey, tell me that you heard he was from Webb City." Now, I told this little short bit in another video when I was talking about people from different parts of Missouri. So I went up to him and I said, "Hey, I heard you from Webb City." He goes, "I'm not from Webb City. I'm from Joplin." Runs his fingers across his chest. Joplin Honky, you see that? And I said, "So what's the thing with Webb City? Why? You guys got beef with them or something?" He goes, "No." He goes, "It's just that Webb City and Joplin look like one big city. And if you're from one, you don't want to be associated with the other." But I said, "So how you tell if you're in one city or another?" He goes, "You cross the railroad tracks." So he goes, "That's the only difference is the railroad tracks." He goes, "Other than that, it's just one big." Anyway, later on, he gets in food service. And he works in the prep room with me and my workout partner and a couple of other guys. There's usually three of us in there at a time. And one day, I usually ran the slicer, like slicing cheese and meat and different things. And I did this day too. But when it was time to clean up, he ends up over cleaning around where I had been working. And I told him, I said, "Hey, when you clean that machine, that slicer, make sure that the blade is down level with the where the meat goes, or you're going to cut yourself." He's rubbing his hand on it with the rag, He goes, "I know what I'm doing." About a minute later, oh! And he cut himself wide open, his finger, almost cut it off. And I was kind of mad at him about that. I said, "I told you to be careful. You didn't lower that, did you?" And he goes, "No." He goes, "I didn't." I said, "Yeah, you didn't think. I tried telling you." So that was more cleaning we had to do because, he just made a mess everywhere when they was taking him out. He trying to get staff to let him know what happened. And we had a lot to clean up. Well, I guess it was a few days later. Well, maybe more than a few days because he was off for a few days because of his finger. I'm going to say close to a month later, at least a few weeks. He wanted to take some powdered milk back. So he figured out the way we're going to do this. He's going to pack it all the way around, and we're going to wrap him up in Saran wrap. The Saran wrap is going to hold him. hold all the powdered milk. And that's what we did. He got all this powdered milk, little bags of it all the way around him. And we just wrapped him and wrapped him and wrapped. From below where the powdered milk was, up all the way up, to under his arms. It was in there. And we got it tight. And so we all leave. And we was able to get out without getting searched, partly because we get down early and sometimes they just let us go. It was 8 o'clock, after 8 o'clock, so yard is open. So we're walking with him. We're probably going to get patted down in front of the housing unit. So we're to be like blocks for him. Like we'll go kind of in front of him, and that way maybe the guard out there will pat us down instead of him. And that's what happened. They got my workout partner. There's one sergeant out there, and he patted my workout partner down. The other guy goes in. But by the time we got to the housing unit, he is sweating. And he's looking miserable. Go into the wing, the cells are all open and everything. He goes in there and he's clawing at this. He's trying to get it off. We go in there and he goes, "Hey guys, come here and help me." He goes, I can't get it off. I can't breathe. And we finally tore his celly was helping too. We finally got it off of him. It would. I mean, we was having a hard time getting it off of him. It wasn't like we could cut it off of him, I mean, I guess we could have. We grabbed the razor blade, but it was like tight to his body. But we finally got it off of him, and he just collapsed there on his bunk. He's drenched in sweat. His body is drenched in sweat. He's got this weird color to his face. But he finally recovers from that. And next day, we was up there at work, and I asked him, I said, "You want some more powdered milk?" He goes, "No, I don't want no powdered milk." He goes, "If I ever do that again, or powdered eggs or anything like that," he goes, "we're going to have to find a different way because you guys ain't wrapping me up there like that again." I said, "The reason we wrapped you so tight so that it wouldn't slide out, wouldn't." He goes, "Yeah, but it, that was bad." He goes, "I couldn't breathe, man." And he goes, and it seemed like the more I walked, the tighter it got. Anyway, that's all I got for you today about the Joplin Honky. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and see you next time. Bye. Oh, I hope the volume, I got the mic right here next to me. I spoke a little louder, so I hope that helped on the audio.